These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Mark Z via PDK. Are you hearing anything new on the Vietnamese rate? I'm still hearing about $2 to $2.25 on the contract rate we should be getting on the dong. I hope this is accurate. All right, Bob the taxman says, I'm watching the banks. That's my primary interest. What is the CBI doing? How is Warka interfacing? I do have a contact at Warka. I know what the interface looks like, and I understand what they're doing. They're working really, really hard to get themselves SWIFT compliant, because once that happens, the door opens for more international functionality and business and all those things that make credibility real in that country. I know the interface between all the different banks hasn't completed yet. That's something I learned from Workup. That's something they're working on. We also know the infusion of additional cash flowing into Warka is scheduled to come from the CBI, but they haven't released it yet. I think part of the reason they're holding it up is because they still don't have a value associated with it correctly. Here we are. It's all moving forward. Frank26 says, I'm going to say roughly about 30 articles today. Who are they all from? They're from the CBI. Behold the leaks. This is on purpose from the CBI. You've never seen them talk this much. Today, they were parrots on steroids, and it's exactly what you want to see. None of this nonsense from Parliament. This is all from the Fab Four, not just the CBI. You've got the Arab Monetary Forum, you've got the International Monetary, you've got the World Bank, you've got all Fab Fours there. The only one not there is President Trump. Trust me, in my opinion, President Trump is smiling like a Chester cat right now. Right, Petra, there's a pattern here. Way too many articles about updating the banking system down to the teller level. It's way too many. We've got all this integration going on. Tellers are being trained. We've got all this banking stuff going on. I mean, there's a lot of talk about banking. I love that the governor of the CBI came out this morning and says, hey, we're going to get our banks ready to start this morning, and says, to start accepting digital transactions. Excuse me, sir, we already know that's been done. I think he's trying to buy time. All these things are lining up, putting all these kinds of things together. It's pretty exciting. All right, Holly RV news, contrary to what everyone out there is saying, it's a very slow, calculated rollout. They have the World Global Settlement side, the GCR, and the other side is the RV. Both are being released slowly. It is not a shotgun start. You will have another 1 to 2 more weeks before it gets to our level. So prepare and relax. It is happening for real this time, just slower than we all want. Never ever give up. Right, Pimpy article quote, what is the area in which central bank moves in the area of controlling the currency exchange? When it's a free float, then it's up to supply and demand. That means the market decides the value of the exchange. You have a fixed rate, and that's where we are right now. They're telling you right now you get 1460 dinars for every dollar. That's a fixed rate. And Pimpy continued, said, a dirty float or managed float, you let the market determine the value of the currency, but if it goes too far one way or the other, the bank can intervene and fix it. In other words, peg it to something for a second. There's been a lot of talk about the currency. Are they going to free float it? The funny thing is, why are they having these types of conversations? If we're being told the rate is going to remain the same for the next 3 to 5 years, why do they have these conversations going on? I'll tell you why. It's because they have no intentions of keeping this rate fixed for that long. It's just not going to happen. All right, and lastly, Breitling says, I don't see anything bad coming down the road, but they've got to do it correctly. The people I know who helped set this up, I don't know them personally. They still have dinar. They all have faith in it. I know there's governors, there's senators. They still have it. Whenever this comes down, at what rate, at what pace, that's our lot. There's nothing negative here. Don't worry about that.